let's go ahead and start, and hopefully, is she going to be able to come, do you think? Is
I
she
haven't heard from her, so she's back
okay?
on the floor. She may
Oh,
show up just before we close out. I don't,
okay.
she does look at her phone from time to time, but they got codes and all kinds of stuff going on. The
Yeah,
on a Saturday.
yeah,
People
that stuff's
are bad. And now that they announced, she's in New York City, so people are celebrating.
that's true. That is very true. Oh, yeah, boy. When Obama got elected, we were really connected with one of the universities in New York, the Eastman School of Music. And that night that it was called, a bunch of the students went out and just like, they didn't weren't rioting. They were just celebrating, but celebrating very loudly up and down all the streets. And they all got arrested. And they were and they were like, we got arrested for Obama. It's worth it.
Ah,
I don't think anything bad happened, you know what I mean? But they were just so
We're in class now. Lisa was an
nice
hour off.
to see us
I don't know.
all happy. I mean, my heart is singing today. It hasn't been this happy for such a long time.
Okay.
Anyway.
Peter and I were traveling internationally. I think we were in Thailand when George W. got elected. And then we were in Europe when Obama got elected. And those two experiences were so different from us. And I just was so shocked at how American politics are on everybody's radar. And people from other countries were coming up to us and telling us things. And I'm like, how could you possibly know this?
Yeah.
I was shocked at how the rest of the world follows our politics.
Well, because our politics affect the rest of the world so much.
Yeah. So this is the first time the big election that I was just at home.
Yeah, it's been really interesting over the last 20 years, seeing how differently the world has responded based on who we have elected. So when Clinton was president, he was amazing for foreign policy. He helped things in so many countries. And then George W. Bush, he was not popular, and I would get yelled at sometimes, like in Greece. And I would say, look, I have nothing to do with it. I'm like a janitor. I go in and clean up after a war. I'm not, and then the second time when he got reelected, people just couldn't believe it. But when Obama got elected, the world rejoiced. It was this, and in Uganda, people were crying. They just could not believe that a black man had been elected to be the American president.
We were in Dubrovnik, Croatia, and on them during the Clinton administration, and they were so friendly to us. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow, you like us? And then that's when Obama got elected, and they were walking up and down the streets. They would see us and they'd be like, Obama, Obama. And I'm like, yeah. Why do you like us? We bombed you.
Well, no, actually, we saved that whole region. Kosovo was my first country, and Milosevic had been trying to take over all of former Yugoslavia, and if the US hadn't stepped in, he would have been successful. So I used to have people that would come up to me and they would say, my family was praying, God, Clinton, God, Clinton. And they would say, and God sent Clinton to save us, and I had to get to where if I took the bus in Kosovo after the war, I wouldn't talk, because if they heard my voice, they wouldn't let me pay for the bus because they knew I was American. And these are people that had lost everything. I mean, the bus, no joke, sometimes the seats would fall completely backwards. I mean, everything was destroyed, but they would go out of their way to hug me and thank me for what America had done. And anyway, that's a whole nother conversation, but I started seeing America totally differently during that time. And I will be grateful to Bill Clinton for the rest of my life for what he did. People who lost absolutely everything and were living in camps would cry talking about how grateful they were for America because the members of their family who survived wouldn't still be alive if it wasn't for us. And there was no oil, there was no other reason to go in there besides to save people. And anyway, it was an amazing time. So anyway, we could be proud to be Americans again. So I'm so happy.
You make a great ambassador.
Yeah. So let's play exercise number 3.
Can you please turn that down, honey?
Oh, and so starting next week, would it work for you guys to have class? And so it's so weird because our time is so different from all yours. So right now it's 12 o'clock here in Arizona. So would it work for everyone to have class 1 hour from now? Which is of course what I wrote you guys last night about what time we were going to start.
Matter to me, Liz. I'm off on Saturday and I'm flexible. I just have a 10 o'clock meeting, which is over at 11. So
Okay, great.
So
So
1 o'clock Pacific time.
no, it'd be 12 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock Mountain time.
wouldn't it be
Okay.
11 o'clock Pacific time, 12 o'clock Arizona time?
What time are you right now, Rochelle?
It's 11:25.
Yes. So we'd start at 12 o'clock your time, an hour later than we started today.
Okay.
So
Okay.
does that work for you, Jen?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So next week, we're going to go to 12 o'clock Pacific time.
Okay.
Okay. 12 Pacific time. And I'll also write 1 o'clock Mountain time, just so that everyone knows that I didn't mess up again. Okay. So it'll be 1 hour earlier than when we've been meeting normally. Okay.
Okay.
And if it's not good for anybody, we can change it. I did, and I'm sorry, my internet's kind of going a little crazy these last few days. I don't know why. So if I get messed up, that's why. Here we go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. D. Oh, I'm sorry. I just went right into that. Everybody ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Wait, before we start, everybody make sure that you're touching this tuner with your hand, okay? You want to touch it with this part of your hand. Remember, that's of everything I'm teaching you, that's the thing that I'm hoping is going to stay with you forever, because what it does is it forces you to hold the ukulele right so you get that elbow out, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. D, down, up, down, up. D, down, up, down, up. D, say the name of the chord. D, down, up, down, up. A7, down, up, down, up. A7, A7, A7. D, D, A7, A7. D, D, G7, G7, C, C, F, F, A7, A7, D, D, G7, G7, C, C7, F, G7, D, A7, D, G7, C, A7, D, D, G7, G7, C, C7, F, A7, D, G7, C, C. All right, so let's have you play for me the last 4 lines. You can go as fast or as slow as you want, but you can't pause. All right, so Monica, let's have you start. Sorry, no drink for you. Oh, unmute yourself though first.
Oh, darn. D, down, up, A7, down, up, D, down, up,
Okay, now Monica,
down, up, G7.
do you see the D you actually do 2 times? You should do D,
Okay,
but actually we're starting on the last 4 lines. So it'd be G7.
okay.
Yeah.
I
So
can't
G7
count.
twice.
G7, down, up, G7, down, up, C, down, up, C7, down, up, F, down, up, G7, down, up, D, down, up, A7, down, up, D, down, 7, down, up, C, down, up, A7, down, up, D, D, G7, C, down, up, C7, F, down, up, A7, down, up, D, down, up, G7, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, up.
Okay, good. You kind of changed strum patterns a little bit there. So, but that's okay. One thing I'd like you to do, Monica, I don't know if Trish showed you this, is I'd like you to hold your uke like this. You're gonna need to take your strap off for this. Go ahead and pull your strap off. Hold your uke like this, and then I want you to
Tell me that.
What's that?
You did tell me that.
Okay, go out like this and make sure it's straight with your arm, and then and that, you see how that makes it higher? Now you can go ahead and put the strap back on, but if you can hold it up so that it's more like this, you have better grip.
Yeah, I'm just afraid I'm gonna drop it.
Well, you can go ahead and put your strap on. There's no reason not to wear it. I only said that so you could do the thing where you put it out. If you can hold it sort of so your hand is like this rather than like this, it gives you a much better hold on your uke.
Okay.
All right, Rochelle.
Okay.
Very nice. Very nice. Is that a different ukulele?
No.
Okay, it just looks different in the light. Okay, great. Okay, Jen. Very nice, very nice. Okay, now this is a new strum pattern. Okay, so everybody write this down, and I'm hoping that this week I might learn how to use the whiteboard that's in Zoom that I didn't know existed. But for right now, you get my refugee camp whiteboard. So again, this is going to have 3 beats in the measure like the other one. You have the 3 over the 4 here, 3 4 time. And it's strum number 4. The one that we were playing is strum number 5. This one's number 4. Now, do any of you guys read music? I can't remember. Okay, so this is how this goes. This one gets 2 beats and these all get 1. So it goes like this. La, 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 la. Do you see how this one's getting twice as long as the others? Okay, so everyone do this with me. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. La, 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 la. Okay, now let's have you say that for me. So Monica, let's have you go. Unmute yourself. There you go.
La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la.
Perfect. Great. Rochelle?
La, 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 la. La, 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 la.
Okay.
La.
Now I want you to just plan on repeating it. And this one only gets 1 beat. You don't want to do a pause between that and this one again. Okay. So here we go. 1.
I think I was kind of waiting for your finger to sync up with what I was doing.
Oh, okay. There's kind of a delay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a video delay.
Yeah.
Okay. La, 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 la.
Perfect.
La.
Great. You got it. Jen?
La, 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 la.
Okay, now just plan on doing it over and over again, okay?
Okay, okay. I was with the video too.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. La, 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 la.
Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to add this. I want you to add this to yours. So now instead of saying la, we're going to say down or up. So we're going to say down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so now let's try playing that. Okay, so just play it on a C chord. So we'll go down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down. I want you to say it while you're doing it. Down, down, up, Monica, play that for me. Oh, you got to unmute.
Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up.
Perfect.
Down.
Great. Rochelle?
Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up.
Try to count in your head while you're playing because your fast ones are too fast.
Okay.
So
Got
try again.
Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up.
Are you, what I want you to do now, the first one is twice as long as the other ones, but you want it to be more even. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Down is too long. So,
Okay.
so just listen, don't even play right now. Just listen. You're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now try it.
Okay. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down,
You
up.
got it. Exactly. Okay, Jen?
Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up.
Great. Okay, now we're going to add one last thing to this. And that is that I want you to circle this one. And that's because we need to make this one louder than the others. So actually now it's going to go like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Just say it with me. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so now let's try playing it like that. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Down, down, up, down. I didn't do it. Down, down, up, down, up, 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 down, down, up. And it's a hard one to make louder because it's not a natural thing. Okay, so Monica, try that for me.
Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down,
Now,
up.
when you play that up where you say it louder, I want you to really, really loud, okay?
Okay.
Try that again.
Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up,
Good.
down,
You got
down,
it.
up, down, up.
Good. Rochelle?
Okay. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up.
Jen?
Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down,
Excellent.
down.
Okay. Now we're going to get a new chord exercise. So here it is. Can everybody see this? Now it's exercise number 4. And it says right here, it uses strum pattern number 4. And usually when we get a new chord exercise, you'd have new chords, but we already learned the G chord. So that makes it a lot easier. And you see how it's written out here. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, except that this isn't circled, and I want you to do that when you get the page so you remember. All right, so let's try playing this. Okay, so we start with the G chord. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Down, down, up, D, down, down, up, A7, down, up, D, down, up, G, down, up, A7, down, up, D, down, up, C7, down, up. Okay, so how'd y'all do? You got that part? Not too
Yeah,
bad.
pretty sucky.
Yeah.
So confused.
Is it confusing what we're doing right now?
Well, reading the music, looking at the notes, strumming, and talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that four different things.
Yeah, and you know what? That's one of the reasons that music is so good for us, and that's why it helps you do better with other kinds of thinking, because music opens up a different part of your brain than anything else does. But also, you can't do anything else when you're really doing music, because you're doing so many processes. And so that's part of this whole thing. Now, for this part, it's pretty easy, right? I mean, it's, just that same strum pattern. But now we get into here. Now, our other strum pattern that we were doing, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, was half as long as what we're doing right now. It was, if we were using the other strum pattern, we would go G, down, up, G, down, up, D, down, up, D, down, up, correct? Do you understand what I'm saying? But now this one, it takes 2 whole measures to play just one strum pattern, and each measure is different between the 2 measures. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the other one in 3 beats, we would go down, down, up, down, up. But now in 3 beats, we go down, down, and then another 3 beats, down, down, or up, down, up. Now, are you understanding what I'm saying here? Or not really?
You're talking about the beats. Yes.
Yes. So if you compare this with exercise number 3, pull that one up. Darn it, it's not letting me. I can't find it on my screen. I'm sorry. Are you looking at number 3?
I am. I have it in front of me.
Okay. Now, number 3, each strum pattern. Oh, here we go, right here. Okay. Oops, that's not it. Sorry. Okay, so let's see. Can you see both of these up here? 4 and 3, or can you only see 4?
I only see 4.
Okay, let me see if I can share both of these. I'm going to stop this and see if I can share both of these with you. No, I can't share both. Doggone it. Well, let's just look at number 3 for a second. Okay, so now you're looking at this one, right? Number 3. Okay, so here, do you see how these lines are right here? These little lines right there. Everybody see those? These little lines right there. There's one
Yes.
here, 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 right? Now, each of these has 3 beats. So that's why we do D, and then we do a D again, and D again. We do D 4 times before we get to A7. We do the same thing over and over again, right? So we're going down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And that's because the strum pattern only takes up 1 measure, right here. That's one measure, that's one measure. Are you understanding? Okay, now our new strum pattern takes 2 measures. So instead of, if we were playing the same thing with our new strum pattern, instead of playing D 4 times, we would play D 2 times. Because one strum pattern would take up this much, and then another strum pattern would take up this much. Is that making sense?
Yes.
Okay, so now we go back to exercise number 4. And we can see each strum pattern. See how there's the little line in between right there? So the strum pattern takes 2 measures. All right, now this is important because once we get down here to this part, make sure that you're really paying attention. Once you get to this part, the F and the C7, you do the first half of the strum pattern with F, and you do the second half of the strum pattern with C7. So that means it's going to sound like this. Down, down, up, down, up. Do you see how I changed chords halfway through the strum pattern? I can't really tell if you guys are paying attention. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I didn't notice the transition to the next note before, so.
Okay, so I'm going to play this from C7 to here, this whole thing, right? So now C7, down, down, up, down, up. That's this right here, right? That's a whole strum pattern. Now here, I'm going to play half the strum pattern on F and half the strum pattern on C7. So I'm going to go down, down, up, down, up. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so now we're splitting the strum pattern into 2 different chords. And this is where ukulele playing starts sounding really cool and really fun. So this part, you want to try it with me? Let's start right here on this F, okay?
Liz, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So when you play the F, down, down, up.
Not
And
down,
I-
up, just down, down.
Okay, so you come up, you do the up on the C7.
That's right. And when you get this page, you might want to write down, down, up underneath the notes. It might help to do that, okay? So let's just try it from here and see how we do, okay? Here we go, starting on that F. And instead of saying the name of the chord, I'm going to be saying down, down, up, down, up. Okay, here we go. We're going to go really slow, starting on that F. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, 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 down, up. Okay, so do you understand how it goes? Does everybody understand how it goes?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, what do you think, and as you're playing that, what do you think the key is? There's something that you have to do, you have to be able to do to be able to play this part from F till the end. What is that thing? You have to be able to play without looking at your hands. because this goes like this, F. You got to be able to look at the music to see what you're doing. You can't be looking at your fingers or you're not going to be able to do this, right? So this is where now we're getting into the stuff where you really need to know your chords, okay? Your chords or your vocabulary. What I suggest is before you play it using the right strum pattern, I want you to practice this part with the right strum pattern, this beginning part. But I want you to practice from F, just doing one strum. So you're going to go F. So let's do this together right here from the F, okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, just one strum. F, C7, G, G7, F, A7, D, G, and this is how I want you to practice it. I want you to start on the F doing that. And if you, every time you look at your hands, you have to start over again. So say you play F, C7, G, G7, F, but then you look at your hands on A7, then stop and go back to the F. Okay, until you can do the whole thing without looking at your hands. All right. Now, I'm also finding in some of the other classes, and Rochelle, I bet this is true for you. Some people are looking at their hands a lot of times, not because they need to, but because they don't trust themselves. So they're actually playing the chord and then they're looking at their hands. So I'm guessing that you guys are going to be the same way. You've got to trust yourself, all right? But that's why I want you to do it with just one strum, C7, G, G7, just one strum, all right? So for the homework, I want you to play the beginning part just like it's written till you get to here. And then I want you to practice just this part separately with one strum. And then if you can get it with the one strum all the way through without looking at your hands, then start practicing it like it looks. Okay. But most important is to be able to do it without looking at your hands. Okay.
I think that's going to be a lot of practice.
Well, you're actually going to be surprised because you know all of those chords already. It's a lot of it is just trusting yourself. So, and what happens when you stop looking at your chords is you start noticing what your hands do to go from chord to chord. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to start paying attention that when you go from F to a C7, you're just moving this finger down here. And from going from C7 to a D, you're just moving like that. So I want you to start trusting yourself that you know your chords. But like I said, when you look at your hands, then just make yourself stop and start over again, okay? And keep going. All right, makes sense? This is a big step. And but I know you guys can do this. It's totally doable where you guys are right now. And I'm really proud of you. You guys have come a really long way, and I hope you can feel it. I hope you can tell how well you're doing. So anybody want to play Happy Birthday for Me memorized? Or do you want to wait and do that next week? Why don't we just play the song Edelweiss, because we only have a few minutes left. Let's just play Edelweiss.
Liz, I love Edelweiss. I've been playing it this week, and it's actually where my voice is. So
good.
I just love it. I just love it.
Yeah, it's so beautiful on the ukulele. It's such a beautiful, beautiful song. Okay, here we go. 1, and it never goes fast. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. C, G, F, C, Edelweiss, Edelweiss. Every morning you greet me, small Okay, who wants to play that for me? Monica, you want to play it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sorry for the noise.
Okay.
Edelweiss, roughs take off. Every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever.
All right. You're getting there. Now, Monica, one thing I want you to look at in the way you hold the uke is you're holding it way over here. I want to see if you can push it a little bit more this way. And when you strum, when you strum the ukulele, you want to try to strum above the body, so up here. And that's going to give you a much better sound, much fuller, richer sound on the uke. So see if you can work on that this week, strumming up here, okay? And if you can get that, I think you're going to notice a big change in your sound.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
Okay. Great. Good job. Rochelle?
Okay, I have to admit I did not practice this song, so let's see how I can do. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Weiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever.
All right, not bad for not practicing. What I want you to practice, Rochelle, is this: C, G, C, G. Just write that down somewhere, okay? Once
I
you
really struggle with G, and as I'm looking at our next exercise, G to G7, that's going to be a lot of practice.
yeah. And remember, this is how you practice it. Just go back and forth between those two chords, all right? And
Yeah.
what this next exercise, it's going to take your playing to another level. So just work out. You guys are right on the cusp of going to the next level, okay? So once you make that step, you're going to notice ukulele playing is more fun. Okay, Jen?
Yay.
Yeah.
Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white,
All right, very nice. Now, Jen, you have a huge ukulele with your little body, okay? And you know, I was just watching, or not watching, but listening to this recording they just found of Joni Mitchell playing a baritone ukulele in her first recording. And I just can imagine her, like it doesn't show her, but with this, you know, big old ukulele. So it's what's the challenge for you on that uke? Because it's such a nice ukulele, it has such a nice tone. But the challenge for you is being able to play up here, because that's where you're going to get the really beautiful sound. So you're going to have to kind of just play around with it and figure out how you're going to be able to strum up here. Because on a song like Edelweiss, this is where you really notice how pretty your sound is, right? And I want you to get that really beautiful sound, that because your ukulele has got a really beautiful tone, but you're not going to hear it as well until you're strumming up here. So I want you to really work on that this week, okay? Work
Okay.
on that strumming up there. Okay, you guys are doing so well. And thank you so much. And I'm so sorry about the mess up today. Hopefully I won't mess up again like that. And next week I will see you right now, I think. Is that, yeah. So, okay, thanks. And you'll explain to Trish what we're doing, Monica?
I will.
Okay. Thanks, you guys. I love
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Have a wonderful week. Happy, happy, wonderful, wonderful day.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.